Hey guys, and welcome back. It's been a while between my international travels and my illness. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do a lot of recording recently, but we are back with Mortgage Mondays, and we have Mike Longman from the Mortgage Firm with us. Mike, thanks for stopping by.
I love being here. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Okay, so let's recap what's gone on over the last month or so. It's been, as I say, I left end of January. It's now we're pushing St. Paddy's Day, so let's take a look at what's been going on. So, from your perspective, Mike, what are you seeing over the last few weeks?
Well, I mean, we went from dormancy to to starting to get busy. It's great. It's the lawn was sitting dormant for a while, and then it warmed up a little bit, and the grass is getting green. So we went from 1, 2 applications a month, and for each loan officer to 5, 6, 7 a month, which is good. Now they're all starting to close now, and um, we're building momentum. Hometown Heroes is coming back in a couple months, so that's going to be the big push. $100 million has been allocated for that fund, so that's big news. I mean,
So let's talk Hometown Heroes, because obviously we spoke about this last year and you're a big fan of the program. It's what exactly is it? My understanding is it's a down payment assistance, or it can be used towards your down payment or your closing costs. Let's talk about that in more depth.
Yeah, so when it started, it was exactly what it sounds like, Hometown Heroes. It was for certain types of professions: doctors, lawyers, or not lawyers, doctors, nurses, policemen, firemen, EMTs, heroic type of jobs. They've since
Realtors as well.
They were not
the real heroes.
They were not allowed.
Wow.
But now, because you've said so much, they've actually opened it up to everybody. So it is all career paths. You have to have a full-time Florida job, 35 hours a week or more, and you have to have a brick and mortar building in the state of Florida that you report to, or that's where your pay comes from. So if you work for Walmart, and Walmart is based in Arkansas, but you work for a Walmart in Riverview, Florida, then you would be eligible.
Okay, and is there a qualifying amount of time you have to have lived in Florida? So let's say that I live in New Jersey right now. The company I work for is in Riverview, and I get here and I'm applying for my mortgage. Do I qualify for Hometown Heroes as
Yes.
buying a Florida house just because the company's there?
Yes, as long as you're going to be working there and you have paychecks from there.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's got an income limit of $130,800. They haven't announced if they're going to raise or decrease that. I would doubt they're going to decrease it. To be honest with you, I would doubt they'd raise it as well, because it's a very high income limit for a down payment assistance program.
No, that's a household income, or is that individual?
That's the person on the application.
Okay. And if there's two people on the application, so there's two people on the mortgage application, but only one of them applies for Hometown Heroes?
Yep. As long as they qualify with that income, which is nice.
So theoretically, if my wife's making 150 and I'm making 95, I apply for the Hometown Heroes, and I qualify for it, but she doesn't. But we're both on the mortgage, and we're okay that way.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to be a first-time home buyer.
So that doesn't mean legitimately first time. That just means haven't owned in the last 2 years.
3 years.
3 years.
3 years, or lived in it. I mean, if you own an investment property now and you rent it out, but you live in an apartment, you're a first-time home buyer. Unless you're a veteran. If you're a veteran, that you're exempt from that rule.
Okay.
So you could have 15 houses. You could have owned 15 houses as a veteran. You're still going to get that benefit. What they give you, or what they assist you with, is 5% of the loan amount. So if your loan amount is $300,000, you're getting $15,000 in the form of a second mortgage.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the maths ability of Mike Longman here on the fly. Work that percentage out like a pro. Thank you.
That's why I use 300,000. It's very simple. So it's $15,000 in the form of the second mortgage. It does not. You don't make payments on it. You only pay it back if you sell the house, refinance the house, or vacate the house. Meaning that you stay in it for a while, then you decide to rent it out and buy another house. It can be used towards
sell the house at any time. So you're in the house for 29 years and you sell it, you pay that back at the end.
They're going to find you, I think.
Okay.
I'll let you know in 29 years. But so it can be used towards closing costs or down payment. And So basically, if you're doing an FHA loan, say, and you need to put $12,000 down, which is your 3.5%, you could use that $15,000, and then you can use the remainder to go towards your closing costs.
Okay.
So it is nice. Other than that, I mean, it's the best down payment program out there.
So let's run through a hypothetical. I'm working with a number of buyers at the moment,
Mhm.
and they're looking right now and they want to be in before the new school year. So they find a house. Do you have to go under contract after the 1st of July when the program starts?
No,
Or if we go in contract and we're closing on, say, the 20th of July, we can apply for that for the 1st of July and it should process through? Like, how long does
yeah.
that take?
So you can go. This is the best part about home, not the best part, but you could be under contract, say June 1st. You find them a house and they love it, and they're pre-approved by me with a regular conventional 30-year fixed loan. And we could be chugging along the process, and then July 1st comes, and boom, there's $100 million in the kitty at Hometown Heroes.
Who would be rude enough to ring your doorbell on a Monday? Oh, I think we might have lost them. Right, this might take some clever editing. Stay with us.
It's the electric.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a public service announcement not to have dogs. They cannot be trusted.
There we go. How's that?
That's much better. Okay, we're not
Yeah,
even
we
going to
have
edit
an
that bit out.
electrician here. Yeah, the electrician was here, so ringing the doorbell. So I ran outside, and then of course there's no internet outside. So then I went. So now I'm back inside.
Okay, so our
So
hypothetical situation, we're under contract, July 1st rolls around, $100 million gets dropped in the kitty.
and you could have your loan approved, regular 30-year fixed conventional loan or FHA or VA. We could be chugging along, and you could be happy with the process, and the seller could be happy with the process, and then I can go ahead and I can flip them over into Hometown Heroes. It's still a 30-year fixed conventional loan,
Mm-hmm.
but they get that 5% to assist them.
Now, the
You
Hometown
don't have
Heroes
to.
is a slightly different interest rate, is that right?
Yes, it's a different interest rate, so it's a better interest rate than standard interest rates, which is
Okay.
nice. Which is so all the Florida bond DPA programs have a better interest rate than your standard loan product that you choose, which is nice. So if FHA right now is 6.875 for an FHA loan, it'll probably be like 6.25 or 6.375 for Hometown Heroes. So it is definitely a dominant program.
Okay, so theoretically, we're under contract with our buyer in June. Hometown Heroes kicks in. We switch the mortgage product to the Hometown Heroes rate, so she saves a little bit on her rate. Because she's already got her money in escrow, she then decides to see if they can use the Hometown Heroes money to do a rate buy down.
You cannot buy it right down,
Okay, so no rate
but
buy
she can
down,
use it for all her closing costs.
but she uses it for the closing costs. So then the money she's got saved for closing costs can go on decorating and stuff, or
Yep.
making a
Or
payment against the principal early on.
Yep, she could use it to the rest of her down payment money. So it's pretty lenient with that, which is nice. It's now the other cool thing is we have the Florida bond program. Like, and I just had this happen. I had somebody shopping; they were pre-approved by Hometown Heroes when it was available, and they ended up buying a house under $200,000. So their Hometown Heroes, $200,000. 5%, it was they're putting 10% down. So 5% was under $10,000. Okay. Where a Florida bond program just gives you a flat $10,000. So if you buy a $150,000 house, you're still getting 10 grand, which is a big chunk.
Yeah.
That's a big chunk. I mean, your down payment is only $4,500 or $5,000. So it's covering all your closing costs and your down payments.
Now tell me where you can find $145,000 home in this area, and I'm all over that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, maybe not. It might need a lick of paint or two.
Yeah, a couple or some new studs somewhere. So yeah, Hometown Heroes is really, and I tell everybody, and last year I was the same way about it, is I want to, like, our company is the #1 lender for Hometown Heroes in the state of Florida. So we fly through them. I want to be the best loan officer in our company. So I want all my people to just start. I've been doing this in office meetings for the last month. I want everybody to just start talking about hometown heroes, getting pre-approved for hometown heroes. So when you find a house, we pull. I want to be the person to spend the most of the money because it's good
And
money
this,
for the
I
buyer.
think this ties in nicely with the announcement that we're going to make today. We're going to do a home buyer seminar at the Align Right Realty Riverview offices in April. We're just trying to confirm dates at the moment. Between people going off on maternity leave and my family visiting from the UK, I'm just trying to make sure that everyone gets covered. So stay tuned for that over the next week or two. We'll get that tied down. But imagine being able to come in, learn about the home buying process, speak to title, speak to insurance, speak with Mike, speak with myself about the process, and then know that if you start your search in April, you got May, June, and then bang, you got your hometown heroes as well. So it really is worthwhile coming to something like that because you're going to learn about the down payment assistance programs that you can qualify for. Like Mike said, if your house is less than 200,000, it's easier just to get the $10,000 than the 5%. And having someone switched on like Mike who can kind of guide you through that is absolutely invaluable when it comes to saving as much money and spending as little money as you can to get the house of your dreams.
If you're a veteran, and you do a 0% down loan, you're covering all your closing costs. It's you can literally get into a house with no money down. Even FHA, if it's a right priced house, you can get into a house for $1,000 out of your pocket
Yeah, little to
with a
no.
great rate.
Yeah.
You know,
And again, look, that's something that might have slipped by, and I don't know if people caught that, but you didn't mention anything in the sevens or pushing eights. You said standard loan at the moment is what, 6.8, 6.825?
yeah, yeah.
So 6.825, you can drop that down to 6.2. Guys, lower rates are coming. But with those lower rates that are coming is increased competition. You're going to have a lot more
Yep.
people looking. So get yourself sorted out now. Get yourself pre-approved. Get yourself looking so that you can jump on the house when it comes. And look, sellers are getting desperate in the market. So if you find something in May, go for a 60-day close. Close in July. But take your hometown heroes money and get that sorted out. All right, guys.
Exactly.
Mike, thank you very much for talking about that. Hometown Heroes is fantastic, and to be able to learn today. This is the first time I'm hearing that it was back today, so that's fantastic. We will be back weekly with Mike now. So we will be able to kind of keep everything Florida related now. So thank you very much for stopping by today, Mike.
Always, always. Thank you.
All
Have a
right,
good
guys,
week.
as usual, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe so you can get all this information. Keep your eyes open for the home buyer seminar that we're running. We will be pushing that quite hard. Until next week, take care.